Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in on this Motivational Monday on another WABA IG Live conversation. I am your host, Helen Bohanna, which she knows her sports. And we have another great conversation lined up for you today. But hey, guess what? We'll get back to that in just a moment. But for those of you who are now getting familiar with the league, the WABA is a professional women's basketball league that is now made up of 32 teams who extends their platform to female basketball players worldwide post-college who are still looking out to want to go out here and live out their dream and playing in the WNBA or either signing a contract to go play overseas. So therefore, the WABA is the League of Opportunity. Hey, everybody. Not only for female basketball players, but for head coaches, assistant coaches, team owners, sports brands, small businesses, especially if you are in the area where one of their teams are located. And speaking of all 32 teams, they even have a team in Tijuana, Mexico. So that right there is big. And reverting back to owning a team, WABA have team expansion until April the 30th. So you have until April the 30th of this year to reach out if you are an aspiring team owner. Thanks, Steph. Hey, everybody. So in order to reach out, please log on to www.womensaba.com or follow them here on Instagram at womensaba. So therefore, back to our guest. He is the GM of one of the WABA's most called out teams, the Atlanta Angels. It is Mr. William Campbell. I do believe that he has tuned in. So let's get to know him and get this conversation. Hey,
Hey, how you doing? Good evening.
good evening. Good evening. How you doing?
I'm doing awesome. Can't complain.
Hey, you know what? I can't either because you decided to get on this platform with me today and let everybody get to know who you are.
Awesome, awesome. No, hey, what a better thing to do with on a Monday evening than just let people know who I am. So let's do it.
Exactly. Motivational Monday. Let's go. So we got some people tuning in, and I'm pretty sure they'll tune in in the latter part of the conversation, or they'll either catch the recap. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right. Well, to the general public, I'm Will Campbell. I am the GM with the Atlanta Angels of the WABA. I'm actually a former athlete myself. I actually played in the ABA for many years, as well as international too as well. So bring that that basketball background to an experience of just really learning the business as an athlete from the international side or the pro side, and doing what a lot of these young ladies doing right now is trying to get to the next level. So I hope that I can basically inspire some of the young ladies that's coming onto the team to help achieve their dreams and push them to the goals of where they want to be at.
Okay, okay. Where did you play it overseas?
I was in China, as you see right here,
Oh, okay.
Campbell in China, right there. There you go. So,
Hey, you still got your memorabilia. Okay.
oh, guys, too. I mean, hey, you work hard, you accomplish a lot of things, so you got to keep it up. Just to, number one to show that hey, you actually accomplished it. You was able to go through the fire and everything it takes to go get to that level. So, it inspires me every day when I get a chance to see it. Plus, I have a daughter that plays too as well. So,
Okay.
when she come in, she look, I'm like, hey, well, I want you to have WNBA. You know what I'm saying? So you want to achieve more than what dad can achieve. But other than that, she's very proud of being my daughter. So
Okay. Shout out to your daughter. Maybe hopefully we can get her on this platform one day.
absolutely, she'll look forward to it. She's kind of shy. She's the what do you call it, the Kawhi Leonard of basketball, the female basketball. And I said,
Oh,
hey,
okay.
you got to talk. So
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm trying to get into an emotional, becoming more vocal. But she'll get there.
Okay, okay. Very impressive background. And what a perfect way to really, incorporate yourself into this new women's league and that's growing rapidly. Of course,
Absolutely.
2017 and 2021, they already tied with the NBA with 32 teams. And, like I said,
Right.
people still got into April, to incorporate their team within the league. So, that's big. That's big.
It
So how
is.
long
It's
you
huge.
been how long you been involved in women's basketball?
Well, you know what? I have to say, since my daughter was about 3, when I saw her actually take interest in basketball, began working out with her, training her. And then, from that point, that really got me in tune with, hey, you know what? I can't look at as a woman being lesser than an athlete, because the fact is, you got a lot of females out here that have great capabilities and great skill set
Of
that is
course.
very superb. So for me, being an athlete, it allowed me to really broaden my horizon on how I view things, And so, she's a blessing to me because by me really pushing her and really instilling a lot of basketball knowledge in her, it allowed me to open up, become more involved in women basketball. So
Mm.
I'm very excited about the opportunity. And I see a great future, a great platform. One thing the late Kobe Bryant was doing before he passed away was getting himself involved in the WNBA and really pushing and really trying to bring that platform to a higher
Exactly.
level. And I feel, very, kind of close to him because my daughter's about the same age that Gigi would have been. So, to be able to be on that level and be able to, carry on some type of legacy in honor of Kobe, because he's actually one of my favorite players when I was playing. I most definitely tried to kind of pattern my game after him, MJ. So not our MJ, the owner, but MJ Jordan. But MJ, I'm pretty sure you can hoop out there. If you tune it in, I know you got game. But those were my inspiration when it came down to basketball. So, just because he's gone, his legacy is still here, and I feel that that piece of legacy that any father that has a daughter that's playing the sport is up to them to continue to carry that torch.
Hey man, you better say it. So matter of fact, you're the very first GM that I've interviewed. I've
I feel
interviewed
honored.
players,
Okay.
coaches, team owners. You're the first GM. So how did this opportunity come about?
Well, you know what? I actually reached out to MJ on LinkedIn, I believe. And
Mm,
I was interviewing for a head coaching position because as right after I was in that moment of I've just retired from playing basketball back in 2017, and you're trying to figure out, okay, what I want to do. I still want to be involved in basketball. I know I can't play like I used to play, but I'm diving into my daughter's journey in basketball, but I also want to do other things too as well. So I began to really dive into sports management. I got interested in that, and I saw opportunity for head coaching. So I was like, okay, well, let me see what comes out. MJ said, well, let's meet up at I think we went to Starbucks. We went, I got me a caramel frappuccino, and we sit down, we talk, and I presented this whole visual PowerPoint presentation on how I'm really gonna make the team better,
you
and
can prepare.
I
You
came
was like,
prepared. I was trying to kill the game, to be honest with you, Helen. Just to be real, I was like, you know what, this coaching position is
but you
mine.
know what? Hey, you gotta, you know, you gotta come prepared. Like you can't just,
You do.
come and sit down and just do all that talk. You gotta have some action behind that. So that's
Exactly,
what's
exactly.
up.
And of course, no, this was totally pre-COVID, so I'm thinking outside the box. And so MJ said, you know what? I don't think you're a good fit for coaching. And I'm like, huh? Like, no,
I bet.
I got jerseys, I got trophies. Like, what you mean, MJ? Like, come on, now give me a chance. And she like, no, but she said for a general manager, she like, I could use it as a GM. Most definitely, I could use it as a GM.
Wow.
So,
MJ.
from that, I said, well, shoot. I said, well, let me think about the, kind of recircle the process of my mind. Go from coaching to GM, and so I called her back and said, you know what, let's do it. Though this is a new challenge for me. There's a great opportunity, so she gave me the opportunity. So I'm really looking forward to it. So of course, COVID hit, so our season got stunned. So now it's all about the bounce back. So we trying to focus on the bounce back. So I'm getting yeah, that blood is starting to start to bubble. So I'm getting very excited about the upcoming season as well.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So for inquiring minds, what are some of your duties as a GM?
So number one duty number is to look at ways to bring in profit and revenue. I think that's one thing to sustain any franchises is to see how can you bring in profit, how can you bring in revenue. Of course, sitting down, once we get together, sitting down with the coaching staff and saying, hey, what are the goals of the young ladies? Are they looking to get overseas? Are they looking to go to the WNBA? I know we had one particular young lady that was in the WABA that actually went to the WNBA. So
Hmm.
that's a real big heads up, just for what our league is able to do for these young ladies that need that additional
Exactly.
opportunity. So, from that point, just making sure, the order of the game is right, from um, players are where they need to be at. The coaches, she's good. Communicating with the owners. Um, you know, the game day operation. Just kind of overseeing those particular things of that
The
nature. So
maintenance,
I've
huh?
been doing a lot of what you call studying of Rob Pelinka from the Lakers,
Mhm.
see what he's doing. So I mean, hey, you just won the championship this past year, so I want us to also be a championship team as well. So you got to study the people that has done it great to know how to do it and do it well in your position.
All right, all right. So this is a great hot seat question. So
Uh-oh.
how is it working and being the GM with one of the most targeted teams in the whole league? It's something about these Angels that everybody is like, I have to play them. So
Well,
how is it actually being the GM of that team?
you know what? I haven't got the opportunity to really feel the intensity of that as of yet because of COVID.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to it, and I'll guarantee you, I had the opportunity to watch the girls play just a little bit before it just really got real bad. They had a couple of gyms open, and we was doing just some scrimmages and stuff like that. And I mean, we got a tough team. We got a tough team. I know we got a new addition.
Yeah.
One of our team captains just had a new one, so congratulations to her,
Oh, yeah.
Nicole. So yeah, so she got a new one, but I'm pretty sure she's gonna come back strong. She's a vet, so she have a lot of knowledge of the game of basketball. Torch, man, Sherelle Torch. I mean, the girl got handles. She's one of the best ball handlers that I've seen. I mean, I saw it, man, do the sham guard on someone in the game. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, she's smooth. So we got some shooters. We
Oh,
just
yeah.
picked up a post player. So for us, our team, we're gonna be looking pretty good. When it comes down to the competition side, competition. So we coming for the Capitals. I ain't gonna lie to you. We coming for the Capitals. I think this year's our year. We had a lot of setbacks just with COVID, but I believe that the ladies they're hungry. So I
Oh,
believe they're
yeah.
coming out. We're coming out with five. So I'm looking forward to the season.
Me too, because I'm pretty sure, like, out of, all 5 seasons, um, this is the most anticipated one. Like,
It is.
this one is almost feeling like the inaugural season, the first one.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. I
yes.
agree.
So I'm looking forward to that too. Um, so with that being said, how have you been occupying your time? Like, you know, because now it's February. August is going to be here in 6 months before you know it. So how have you been occupying this time right here?
Well, you know what? It's been I have a lot of let's say personal endeavors that I'm dealing with too as well. One thing I do have to probably reach out to MJ within the next week or so we can start getting back on WABA track and seeing things that need to be done for us getting the season on guard. Of course, we still have the situation with the pandemic, so you kind of everything's
Yeah,
always like a touch and go type of deal, but
exactly.
you plan for you continue just playing, so whatever happened, at least you have your plan, you have something to go on. So if, everything do work out, you're not trying to, fall from the bottom to get to the top. You already prepared for to be at the top. So that's something that's on my task list to do. within the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
Other than that, get with Coach Knotts to see how we're looking for our roster. I know we have a trial coming up pretty soon in March, so that's going to be pretty interesting. We're most definitely going to be attending that just to see some of the talent that's going to come out there to see who can really help the team. And hopefully some of the veteran players they're there too as well, so they can also check out those some of the new additions that possibly will be coming onto the roster as well.
Okay. When you found out, of course, the mutual agreement of, this season being on hold, what was your reaction?
I was disappointed, and the reason why because at that point in time, I just got into the position, so you kind of revved up, you excited, so you looking to start making different moves, and all of a sudden you're like, boom, everything kind of stopped. So you really didn't know how it's going to, evolve. So, there's, you still have this whole task list of things that needs to be done, but, my thing before, I say post COVID, you had opportunities where you could reach out to certain businesses, you could talk to certain, vendors or sponsors to come on board. And so now you have all these, businesses in certain disarray. You kind of like trying to really feel and think outside the box. Okay, well, how can we actually, really promote ourselves as a franchise to become, not only just financially stable, but also in the point where we're competitive too as well. So, you can
Okay.
really it's I ain't gonna say it's not something that's impossible. It's a challenge, but with every challenge, you always learn how to overcome it. So that's why I'm looking at how can we overcome these challenges to still be a great team and to go achieve our goal is winning the championship.
Yes, you better speak that marketing and branding. That's how you get that team out there.
Absolutely,
You
guys, to
really,
now.
you living up to your position. Okay, okay. So speaking of, like, just being in this position, what is your leadership style?
I'm very hands-on. I like going to the practices. I
Hmm.
like to see, what we're doing, what's going on. If I can interject, any type of way, just for my experience to see, okay, what can help make, some of these young ladies better, I'll do that. I'm more so, don't want to overstep. I don't like to overstep my boundaries. So when Coach Knox is doing her thing, I'm just literally, I'm spectating you know.
Exactly.
So I want her to be that voice. I want her to be that coach where they listen to her. I do like sitting on the bench sometimes because I just like being close to the game. I,
Exactly. You
this
can't help
season I can't help myself. Like, I love being on the bench. Now I gotta say like, and I like man. I was watching my daughter play this season. I'm sitting in the bleachers. I'm like, man, I feel for the fans to be on the bleachers. I said, oh, that's how it feels to be on the other side. I'm like, I ain't not used to this. I'm used to being on the comfy seats on the sideline. That's where I like to sit at. But no, every now and then I may go and sit in the bleachers now. So just kind of enjoy it from a spectator standpoint. But no, I'm really I just like the approach of kind of sitting back, watching, and then if needed, being able to interject, things that can make us better.
So, how is your relationship with Coach Knox and the team? Like, have you all got really acquainted with each other? I know, like, again, with this year, everybody has been apart, but are you still reaching out to them? Are you all still building?
Okay, there you go. I kind of lost you a little bit. So, know what? I haven't had the opportunity to reach out to Coach Knox as of yet. I think the last time me and Coach Knox spoke, we was talking about some international opportunities and different things of that nature, for the girls. And of course, I want to say it was a situation that happened where one of the games that was played, someone on the other team was, had a case of COVID, so it kind of put a hold on a lot of things.
Mm,
So, no, I think everyone we all kind of been distanced. I know for us the organization, MJ has been a lot of things, doing a lot of things in the community, from that standpoint. So, since we're looking at, hey, season's about to get kicked up, it's about to start. You know, uh, I think it's time to start really getting back into that gear. No, vacation time is over with, so it's time to get back into that gear. Begin to, start talking basketball, looking at the season, looking what we have. Certain game plans. I know we just hired a phenomenal assistant coach. So don't get me wrong, I watch from a distance, so I see exactly what's going on. So
Yeah.
But we do have a phenomenal assistant coach that's came on board too as well. So it's gonna be pretty good. I'm really looking to kind of get back into the fold of everything. Sitting down with MJ to kind of get the game plan of this 2021 season. Sitting down with Coach Knotts, our new assistant coach too as well, and then just go ahead and just making sure that hey, this is gonna be a great season. It's gonna be a good year.
Okay. So, what would you like to see your team accomplish within the next 6 months leading on up to season 5 in August? So, between now and August, what would you like to see them accomplish?
You know what? Chemistry. And
Mm,
chemistry is a huge thing. Teams that have good chemistry win. So I know we're gonna have some new pieces, but we also have some old pieces. So it's on the veteran players to welcome our rookie players into the fold and begin to build that relationship with them. And one thing that even I'm going to work on too as well, because I'm trying to get past this whole COVID situation, is building chemistry within your leadership staff, with your coaching staff, with your players, to where you now become a family. It's kind of like the old saying, say, family that stay together, grow together. Well, how the
yeah.
saying is, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
yeah, but that's really the biggest thing, because when you have a strong chemistry with the team, it's hard to beat chemistry. Everyone
Yeah.
is gelling on one accord. So
Right
that's
about
one
that.
thing I think, I would like to see within the next 6 months leading up to August, to where we're strong in chemistry. We understand, each player understand uh, where they need to be at, where they're going to be at, who's going to do what. Understand your role, because even in the NBA, you have your superstars, you have your starters, then you got your role players. But everyone understands their role, and as long as you operate within your role, you win.
Man, you really breaking it down like you running plays. Like,
Oh, that's what I
yes,
do now. Come on now.
inform us. This is what we want. This is what we want, Will. So reverting back to the pandemic, how have you been mentally?
You know what? I'm good. I work out every day, so
Mm,
trying to keep
that's that's
keep in shape. And I get on the treadmill because I want to make sure my lungs are good. So if I could get on the treadmill and get my 5 miles in, I know I'm good. I know I'm good. I
oh
don't got no
yeah.
issues. So that's
I
kind of
don't know
like
about that
my
5 miles.
tester. Gotta get that 5 miles in, So with that, but at the same time, 2020 has been a year of change and opportunity. I'll put it like that. So one thing I can say with some of the downsides of 2020, yeah, we lost some great people, from
Yes,
Kobe to Chadwick. I mean, even Debo. I was like, man, come on, 2020, you didn't take Debo
exactly.
down. I was kind of heartbroken when they took Debo, but at the same time, though, you rise up from adversity. So within the adversity, I have a lot of things, that I'm doing, personally from a business standpoint, that's great. That has, basically been given birth from 2020 into 2021. So I'm looking at 2021 as that new beginning. It's that first year, and to really, start off this year strong. So
Yes,
for it's me, I always look at it, hey, when you have adversity, it's all about here. How strong are you here to overcome that adversity?
and
So,
that's where it starts. You gotta. It starts mentally. Because if you ain't
exactly.
right up here, then hey, everything gonna go wrong. Yeah.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Have you been like reaching out to your community in any way? Because this is a definitely a time of need. A lot of people still need resources. People are losing their jobs. People may need food. They may need clothes. So I'm pretty sure. I seen the Atlanta Angels do a couple things not too long ago, like the breast cancer walk and things of that nature. But like, have
Yeah.
you also been in your community just to connect?
I have. Matter of fact, this past year, D. Clemens, he's actually our city commissioner. So I was actually out campaigning with D, and of course we won. So that's a great thing.
Exactly.
So shout out to D. Clemens in Henry County. She's a great influence and a business owner. No, with that being said, I have a lot of resources just from a community standpoint. One of my close friends and business partners is part of the community and does a lot of great things with the community too as well. Got involved with kids. So one thing I did this past season was actually assist and help out my daughter's middle school basketball team. Just going there, those kind of give some tips and really network with Coach Lewis at Dutchtown Middle School. I mean, the girls they fought strong. They went 9-1.
Mhm.
Almost. Here's the thing: these young ladies they won the championship last year in the seventh grade, and the same young ladies. And I talking about that chemistry. They came back with this fire. And you know what? I don't. I had to just put this out here, but it was a conspiracy. That's all I could say. They did not. It was a conspiracy. They did not get to repeat that championship. But one thing my daughter told me, she said, Dad, she said, I see where a lot of things we failed at, but I like my team, I like my teammates, and I think if we stay together, we're gonna be stronger. And so I'm like, all right, I
You
see,
better speak, young queen. That's what I'm
little
talking
mama, she give me knowledge. You see what I'm saying? So I
about.
had to take
Dad,
that
Daddy,
into
you do a good job because she's speaking very mature, like for her
she
age.
is.
So
She is. And she's competitive. She's very competitive. I mean, they was heartbroken, how it kind of went down, but at the same time,
yeah,
they're looking to work hard this summer. So, those are a lot of things I like doing, just getting out in the community, working with the kids, volunteering my time, from a coaching standpoint, political standpoint. I don't see myself as no political figure in any way possible, but if I can influence, anyone to on a positive level, that's something that I would like to do and, stay doing it.
okay, okay. Oh, and we have a comment right here. Which is my family. Thank you for tuning in, Stephanie. She says she is taking notes. So yes, keep
All
giving
right.
us that knowledge.
I appreciate that, Stephanie.
Yeah, she is giving. I mean, you giving knowledge. So, Will, what type of change would you like to see?
You know what? I
We
would
have
like to
come a
see.
long way, but I know we still got a long way to go.
We
But
we have we have. I say that we're going in the right direction, and I know it is slow. From where we came in from the last 4 years and going into now. No, I think we're going in the right direction, but it's you got to take it one day at a time.
mhm,
So with that, I mean, I say America has made big strides. I mean, hey, we've made history. We have our first, I say melanated woman that's in the vice president position. That's huge. That's
exactly.
huge. So, that right there just showing me that, hey, we are taking the steps to look at, not just see, one rates less than the other or one sets less than the other, but to put everyone on an equal platform to where,
Exactly.
if they can do the job, you can really do the job and just you move with that person. So I'm really looking forward to it. And the same thing we look at on the basketball level. When I look at the WNBA versus the NBA and how much, one player get paid compared to what the ladies get paid, I'm like, wow, that's
Man,
that's huge.
that is
When
huge.
very huge. So
And
that's something
Kyrie Irving actually took some of his salary and paid, put it towards some WNBA salaries. So,
exactly.
you know,
And I think, for the league, needs to start really, doing a lot more better with marketing.
mm,
Because you have some gifted players like Ariel Powers. Like if you watch Ariel play, I mean, the girl can ball. She can hoop. And I'm really promoting it because the fact now, because I have a daughter. And, it's something I always wanted a son. But God said, no, I'm gonna give you a daughter. But I think, with having a daughter that actually play, it allowed me to be more attentive to what's going on in this scenario. So
exactly.
now if I can find a way to be able to influence and promote women's basketball to a higher level, then that's something I'm going to do because I have a daughter that is going to be a representative of either the good or the bad of what's going on within the league. But you have these young ladies now, they're talented. I mean, you're talking about
But
11, 12-year old, like is
and
crossover going
handle
behind their back, like was
handle
handling. I told my daughter, I said, hey, if if I could go back in the time machine at 13 and you versus me at 13 years old, you would beat me hands down. I was a scrub at 13 years old, and she's beast moded. So to look where a lot of these young ladies are with the game of basketball, I mean, the NBA gonna have to really
and
like
you know
take the step
what
back
they
and say,
really
hey,
need is exposure.
they
They need
do.
the exposure.
Because it should not have to take a young lady to go overseas to basically complement her salary when you play in the biggest market in the world.
In the
You're a
world,
WNBA player.
because that's what Diana Taurasi did for 1 year. She went over to Russia, I do believe,
She
and
did.
and she got paid like 1 point something million just to play for that season, and
Right.
then she came back.
And
But
that's crazy.
yeah,
So
that's
we
that's,
have
that's
to,
really crazy.
as America, in American sports, we have to do better. And that's something that we have to really do better on that part of it.
Oh
So,
yeah,
like I said, the late Kobe Bryant, the late great Kobe, that's something that he was really pushing and promoting because I know he was in the same boat. He had Gigi, and Gigi is going to be a replicant of that negative or positive. So, for us, any man that's watching this channel right now that's in sport that has a daughter that's playing, that's something, like I said, we have to take on that torch to really push it, push that narrative as much as possible.
oh yeah. But also shout out to Marsha because look at her. She is a black woman.
That's
And she
commissioner.
is the CEO of one of the biggest, you know, women's leagues in the world. Like,
Absolutely.
again, within 3 years, she is up to 32 teams and still got the expansion all the way out until April the 30th. Like right now, she tied with the NBA, and she is a woman, a black woman, that is running this. So, you know,
Absolutely.
that's a lot of that speaks a lot. I tip my hat off to her because hey, she doing it and she's doing it effortlessly. Like,
And you know what? And I remember Joe. I used to sit down and talk to Joe Newman when I was a player a lot. And one thing, Joe, he's very competitive. Joe would be like, well, we could be bigger and better than the NBA. So the thing is, no, even with no, I had the opportunity to meet Marshall. I think I was still playing the first time I met Marshall up in Indiana, and to see where the league started to where the league is right now, it
now,
speaks huge volume, to what she has done. And she's the right person for the job, most definitely, because at this point in time, I think, for franchises and different owners is really getting behind her and really pushing the narrative of really promoting the brand to the next level. Because I think really, heck, if we actually push it, if we get a lot of marketing dollars behind the ABA, then it in a sense kind of like what Joe Newman used to tell me all the time. Hey, they're gonna look at you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna look at you because it's business, and they got to say, okay, what this league is doing that we're not doing, or why these players are now coming over to this league and not coming to this league. So it's all about the competition of business. So that's one of really the biggest things that I think, from the owner standpoint to what Marsh is doing, though, from our commissioner and CEO, is to really push that brand and be bigger and better.
oh yeah, and that's exactly what she's doing. She's pushing it. So she gonna get to where she want to go. Watch, mark my
Absolutely.
word.
And one thing too, I think a lot of people don't really know, back in the day when the ABA first came out, it was like the ABA, you had the NBA. You talking about like in the 60s and the 70s. But
Mhm.
the NBA was basically the players that came in and really played with the basic of basketball. They just did all the fundamental stuff. But then in the ABA, you had guys like Dr. J, George Gervin, Moses Malone. And these guys like Dr. J, he dunking from the free throw line on catch. Got the big afro just coming in, just doing moves and stuff like that. And so the NBA took note because they like, hey, these guys bring entertainment. We're just
Exactly.
playing fundamental basketball. Only difference was if the NBA had the money behind it to stay with, to stay independent, man, that brand would just took off. But of course,
It's funny. It's funny you say that because right now I'm reading the book by William C. Roden, $40 Million Slave. And it's
okay,
basically, it tells the history of like the first black athletes and how, the NBA is making all of this money, off of this black talent. But,
right.
it's still like, the black talent, I know this is a whole nother story, but it's funny. It's funny
Now we
that you
can go there. We could go there
because
because I know where you're going.
because it's like you making all of these billions of dollars off of this black talent, but it's like you won't let the black talent be themselves. You still got to take
Right,
control of them. So yeah, like it was one part in there talked about how when Jackie Robinson first came out, he was in the Negro League.
right, right,
Then all of a sudden, here comes the Major League Baseball, and then the Negro League disappeared. So he had to
right.
convert over there to Major League Baseball, and that's where all the money was. And that's why the Negro League disappeared because they didn't have that funding. But they looked
Exactly.
at but over in the Negro League was where all the talent was. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know what? You made a valid point, and I think, speaking about the Kyrie Irving, that's something I know Kyrie had kind of slightly, let's say, mentioned without mentioning. If you had to just really catch his drift of what he was really talking about, but that's true. I mean, you look at, Michael Jordan, MJ. Regardless of how people feel about Jordan, to me, he's the greatest player of all time when it comes down to basketball. Now, when you talk about rings, Tom Brady got him on 7 rings last night. I can't really say nothing
exactly.
about that. Tom is Tom at this point in time. But when it comes down to this pure sport and athleticism, entertainment, like without MJ, you wouldn't have a Kobe, you wouldn't have LeBron, you wouldn't have a Vince. He really was a trendsetter of this new era, new generation of basketball. But
Hmm.
when he went back to his old team, the Bulls, and said, "Yo, okay, I want to be a GM or no president of basketball operations," they didn't give it to him. He
Nope, he had to
really
go to the Charlotte Hornets.
right. And then the thing is, they had to basically you had to have Bob Johnson buy the franchise right to Charlotte to actually get MJ in the door to where now he's the first, I say, African American owner in the league.
Mm.
And that's crazy. You got, I mean, all this talent, all these guys that came through from Magic to Michael to Reggie. I mean, Shaq. You got a lot of these guys that really has set the trademark for the NBA. And it's the political situation of them being able to have that operational right as a minority is like pulling teeth. So one
Exactly.
thing
They
I have
bunch
to
all these rings, but they can't be the owners. Like
they can't be the
what?
owners,
Exactly.
right?
So that's a
So
little over my
now,
head. Anyway.
now I did hear that LeBron and Carmelo was looking to purchase the Atlanta Dream. I
Yeah. Now
heard that
LeBron
through the
jumped
grapevine.
on that. LeBron, he was very supportive of that because the Atlanta Dream owner, she was a Republican, so of course
Right.
she was going against Raphael Warnock. So
Exactly.
she
Exactly.
was she was going against him, and the Atlanta Dream. Your players are black, so why are you doing that? Why would you
Right.
do that? So of course they rallied together, and hey, she gone. They made sure they got her up out of there.
Hey, the power of players, the power of players, the
Exactly.
power of
And
unity. So,
LeBron took it to social media. He was like, "Hey, let's get into I forgot what he called it, but basically, let's purchase the Atlanta Dream." So I really hope he do it. I
right.
really hope he do it.
And one thing I do like about, when you look at the ABA and the WABA situation, Joe, he is a person of, hey, if you want this opportunity, I'm going to give you this opportunity, no matter if you're black, if you're white, if you're Asian or Hispanic. Here's the opportunity. Now, what you make out of this opportunity is totally up to you. And just like Marsha, Marsha, she's came in, she's a minority owner of a league, and she's making the opportunity great. And she's, expanding the league to where it's going to be able to have leaps and bounds for young ladies that's coming out of college, need somewhere to play to gain that experience, and hopefully, become a better person, become a better professional athlete. So,
I'm laughing at
but what I
Steph.
sure did.
Steph talking with us. That's what I'm talking about, Steph. She said the vote Warnock shirts did it.
I feel it.
Yeah,
I feel
they had those
it.
shirts. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Oh yeah, Steph. So can you give us a little more information about the tryouts, because I'm curious as to what type of weapons are you looking for as new players coming on to what you already have.
So, yeah, trials are coming up. I think we have a lot of weapons now, most definitely.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I
we
know.
have a lot
I
of
know.
weapons now. We just beefed up in our post game. I would like to see a little more post play. I know, I think once Nicole gets back, from being a new mom and get back into basketball shape, I think she's gonna be even dangerous too as well, because like hey, she can work that post. Our guard play, when I see it was awesome. I think we have some heavy hitters, some guards, for us, our wings. So, no, really, I think if we can really get another big and maybe another premier point guard as the one, I think we'll be really set to go. We'll be really, ready to step in and compete, for a title. So I'm really looking forward to this opportunity, seeing what talent we're going to have out there, and get ready to gear up for this season. So
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Speaking from a GM point of view, you are now in a women's league, and of course, you're a girl dad and you're very supportive of your daughter. Give us your reason on why it's very important to respect a female basketball player.
I always look at it from this point right here, and I kind of always had a view, even when I was in college. When you step on the court, you're a ball player. No matter if you're a female or a male, you're a ball player. And I think when it comes down to business have to look at it the same way. We got to stop di- differentiating ourselves from the sets and look at the skill set. I mean, you have a player like Brittany Griner. She could dunk it just like, hey, you got some players in the NBA that can't dunk. She's dunking. But you have to look at the skills there. So I think once we really, as athletes, really look at, hey, don't look at no, okay, she's a female basketball player. No, you're a ball player. Once you step in that court, you're a ball player. You're ready to compete. So, I mean, even I tell my daughter right now, say, we step out, we play one on one. They're like, you're a ball player. I'm looking to beat you or give you, mercy of any
Yeah.
kind. I'm really looking to beat you. And I want you to look to beat me too as well. So it's all about the competition of the level and the respect level of the game.
Okay. Okay. So the WABA has a slogan. It's our time. Just those three words. Give us your definition.
You know
What comes
what?
to your mind when you hear "It's our time"?
It's our time speaks volume, meaning this right here. Don't look us over no more. We're ball players, just like what I said before. It's our time. It's our time to where you have to pay attention to us. You got to pay attention to our skill set, to our
Mm,
abilities, to our drive, our determination, our competitive level. So those three words, I think, speak to the volume of just really the game. You know what I'm saying? To where, hey, it's our time to pay attention to what we have to offer this game of basketball.
mm. Okay. Okay. Um, back to your team in that big target that they have on their back. Um,
And I don't know. I don't
does
even know
that
why we
does
have the
that
target
does
on our
that
back. We
listen
have, we
listen
don't got the chip. We
listen
don't got the
listen
chip.
listen?
The
Does
Capitals got
that
the
does
chip.
that make your adrenaline rush at all as time gets closer? It's the season about to come. It's gonna be you're gonna blink and August is gonna be here. So
You know
like you
what?
like as like the top of the food chain. How does it make you feel? Like does your adrenaline rush a little bit?
You know what? This is how I look at it. The fact that the whole league have us on their mind, that speaks a lot of volume about what we're doing as an organization. And we didn't even win the chip last. The Capitals got the chip. They got the chip. So I'm like, okay. I said, well, you know what? They got the chip, but we're in your mouth.
And I
So that
believe
means that
I think the New Jersey Expressions have it. I think they won the first two.
they won the first one.
And then the Cyclones. No, the
So
Cyclones won last year. They the 2019 champions.
and 2020 never existed. So I
Yep.
mean, when you look at the situation, it's like that speaks volume to what we're doing, as an organization. And the adrenaline part of it, nah, it's more so confidence. I think I have confidence in Coach Knotts. I have confidence in the team.
Oh,
Uh, the thing is, it's basketball. We just got to go out and take each game one game at a time. And
yep.
at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? As long as we execute, we do what we need to do, we play hard, we don't get that W. So, you
Okay.
know, I'm not worried about it. I'm like this right here. I'm coming from a basketball standpoint. It's like, you have those butterflies, those pregame butterflies, but once the you hit that tip and the
That's
buzzer
it.
sound, it's like it's game on. You laser sharp focus. You in the tunnel vision at that point in time. So, I think that's where we got to be at. You know, block out all the noise, from the rest of the league and just really go into a tunnel vision there and focus on taking care of business.
Okay. Is there any room for sponsorship or partnership of a small business or
Absolutely.
a sports
There's
brand?
there's a lot of room right now for it. That's one thing I'm gonna be looking to get back into the groove of now since is a lot of things kind of like I say hopefully loosening up. You got the vaccine out that's coming out. It's really kind of get into a that marketing groove. And we may have to take, I had another one approach, and I had to like sit back and reanalyze a different approach on what to take now. And really, at this point in time, is I'm looking at okay, build up our fan base, and how you build up your fan base is kids. We got to become very kid friendly.
Oh
Cause
yeah,
kid,
definitely.
yeah, so that's kind of really my focus right now. Having different, especially like female teams, youth female teams. Cause I mean, heck, we get into travel ball season at this point in time. So to have a lot of youth female teams come out and look at these young ladies that basically, hey, they've been to college. They can tell you what to do, how to do it, what everything about college basketball because they already experienced that. Now they're going to the next level, either the ABA, international, the WNBA. So it's all about that experience. So I'm really kind of basically transition my focus on the kids at this point in time because
Okay,
when you have kids, kids also bring for sponsors because they love the kids, So you'll get those
exactly.
additional sponsors if we're able to do and position our organization to have different programs for kids. So
Okay,
that's basically what I'm looking at doing. That's kind of my game plan. So when I do reach out to MJ, those are some of the things that we are going to talk about in more detail on how we can like really create a kid friendly or youth friendly environment with our brand.
okay, okay. So back to it because kind of in the beginning of your interview, you said it, but I really want you to focus on the question now. I need you to look dead into the camera. It's
Okay.
call out time. Who you calling out? Who you looking forward to playing?
You know what? I'm looking forward to playing the champs. You gotta go. If you want to be the champ, you gotta beat the champs. So that's what I'm looking forward to
I
playing.
don't know if you saw me and Coach's interview a couple days ago, but did you see that ring?
I did. I saw him flash the ring out there.
Okay.
I did see that. I saw the Jordan. I saw the Jordan magazines behind him and stuff like that. I thought, okay, I feel you. I feel you. So, but yeah. So to become the champ, you got to beat the champs. So that's basically, I think, since we got the target on back, our target is the champs. So that's
Okay.
what we coming for.
Okay. And how can anyone get in touch with you or the Atlanta Angels organization?
Well, they can also go to the Atlanta Angels website. Of course, I'm also on IG too as well. Just look at Coach Will Campbell, Coach_Will Campbell on Instagram. And then, of course, you go into the Atlanta Angels website, you'll see our staff from MJ, myself, the coaching staff. There's all the great representatives of the organization that's on there. So most definitely reach out if you're looking to play. Contact myself or Coach Knox or one of our assistant coaches so we can give you information about the trials that's coming up in March. So, how to get the exact date, I know it's on the flyer. I don't have it in front of me right now, but it will be coming up. I will be posted on my IG page again, so you can also follow me again at Coach_Will Campbell.
Okay. Okay. So, you know what? That about sums it up. And just thank you so much for your time. Thank you for that very, very, very beneficial knowledge that you gave us. And just know that we're looking forward to the season just as well as you are. And
Absolutely.
don't think this is going to be your one and only interview on this platform, because you can come on here as many times as you want to, as long as this platform exists.
Well, you know what? Keep resisting, Helen, because I actually enjoyed the conversation. It was great.
Thank
I was
you.
honored. So most definitely, I look forward to the next time. So maybe, in mid-season, we come back on and show you like where we at, and then after we win the championship,
Yeah.
we'll come back on the victory talk show to show you like this is how we actually won the championship this year. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll set that up.
Okay, we sure will. Hey, we will. I will be more than happy to set that up. So
All right, sounds
thank
good.
you again, Mr. Campbell, and I will be talking to you very soon. Oh, before you go, you're going to be. I know it's here, but still, you're going to be at the owners and coaches meeting that weekend.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I will be. I will
Okay.
be.
All right. But other than that, you stay safe and you stay blessed. And hey, looking forward to season 5.
All right, sounds good. Same to you. Thank you again.
All right.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. All right. All right, you all. There you have it. There was Mr. Will Campbell. He is the GM of the Atlanta Angels and the WABA. For those of you who are just now tuning in or catch the recap, today's special guest was Mr. Will Campbell of the Atlanta Angels. And hey, this here concludes our interview. I'm Helen Bohanna, with She Knows Her Sports. Please, please, please follow my platform here on IG at She Knows Her Sports. Please follow the WABA here on IG at Women's ABA. Again, if you are a female basketball player post college, if you are a small business, if you have a sports brand that you want to get exposure for, or if you are an inspiring team owner, please, please, please log on to www.womensaba. Reach out, let them know who you are and how you can benefit the league. And I guarantee you, you will not regret it. Um, in the meantime, please look out in my stories. Please look out in the Women's ABA stories of our next special guest. We'll have another great conversation. Thank you for tuning in on this motivational Monday, this Monday evening. I know everybody is ready to continue to relax and unwind. And I'll see you next week. This is Helen Bohanna, with She Knows Her Sports.